I'm going to show you exactly how I build an app with AI, not a tutorial, not a list of tools, the actual process. From the first conversation with an AI to the actual product. Every decision, every mistake, every tool I use and why I use it at a specific moment. I'm gonna use App 5 as an example because it is the most complex thing I built and because it started in the most unexpected way. App 5 didn't start with a business idea, it started with boredom. I was at an internship last summer and they asked me to manually cut every ad they had ever produced into individual clips. Each time the scene changed, I had to make a cut. I did 3 videos by hand, then I gave up. Not because it was hard, but because it was pointless. This was a job for a machine. So I opened Claude and asked, how do I automate this? And it gave me a Python script. I ran it and it worked. That was the first time I understood what coding actually does, not the theory, just I have a problem, here is a solution, it runs. This idea became app number 5. The lesson, your best ideas don't come from brainstorming sessions, they come from an actual problem that you meet and you couldn't ignore. The first thing I do when I decide to build something is to open Claude. Not an IDE, not a code editor, just a plain conversation. I described what I want and I ask for 2 things. First, a PRD, a product requirement document. Basically, what is this app? Who is it for? What does it do? Second, I ask Claude to plan the MVP. What are the minimum features so I can ship a working app? This is the most important step. Without this step, I'd be adding features forever and ship nothing. See how it breaks it down? That list becomes my roadmap. Everything outside that list doesn't exist until the MVP is done. This takes maybe like 30 minutes. Most people skip it and then wonder why they are lost 3 days into the build. This is where I spend most of my time. Windsurf is my main coding environment. The AI inside it understands your whole code base. It's not just autocomplete. It can create full features from a single description. My process is simple. I take one feature from the PRD, I give it to Windsurf, it builds the feature, I test it, and if it works, I give another feature. If it doesn't, I just tell it to fix it. One feature at a time, always test before moving on. For App 5 specifically, it is a desktop app. You import a video, it detects scene changes, removes silences, generates styled subtitles, detects interesting moments, and now it even does smart cropping. 2 people talking in a podcast, it splits the screen automatically. All of this built feature by feature exactly how I showed you. Now I'm going to show you something that is being talked a lot. I've actually hit my usage limits right now. This happens constantly on the $20 plan. Mid-build, it just stops everything. This is the reality of using these tools. When this happens, I switch to Google Anti-Gravity, which I have the paid plan on, but honestly, it is just terrible. The paid plan is just like the free version. The limits are pretty much the same. It's buggy, limited, very slow. Yeah, I think I'm replacing this tool before app number 6. Here is something nobody tells you. AI models have a ceiling and it depends on the problem. On app 5, I had a bug that took 10 days to fix. The subtitles on the exported videos were completely different from the subtitles on the preview. I was using Gemini 3.1 Pro, but it just couldn't figure out how to fix this problem. It kept going in circles, same model, same tool, same result every time. So I switched models. Claude Opus 4.7, the most powerful model I have access to. Same IDE, different model, and yeah, in a single prompt, it was able to fix the bug I've had for 10 days. The exported video looked perfect. So the lesson, the IDE doesn't matter that much. Cursor, Windsurf, Google Anti-Gravity, it's pretty much all the same. What really matters is the model you are using. Most builders treat design as an afterthought. I did the same on my first 4 apps. App 5 is different. Before touching the interface, I opened ChatGPT Deep Research mode and asked it to research Apple's design system. Every detail, buttons, color, spacing, fonts, everything in a single document. It came back with a comprehensive breakdown of how Apple designs their native app. It may seem like a simple approach, and honestly at first I was quite skeptical. My app looks quite good now, much better than if I had just asked the AI to design it from scratch. So I used that as my design bible Every UI element of app number 5 references it. The result is an app that feels good to use, not just functional. And this is what it looks like. Compare that to app number 1. The difference isn't just time or experience, it is having a design before you start coding the app. For web apps, I generally use Versal. You connect your GitHub repo, it deploys the app in 5 minutes. It is generally that simple. App 5 is a desktop app, so the distribution is actually quite different. And I still haven't chosen, so I can put it free on GitHub with a public repo, or a download page with an auth key, or even paid. Each option is a different bet, and I'll make that choice when the app is done. GitHub sits underneath all of this. Every project, every file, all stored on GitHub. It also makes deployments almost automatic. So that is the full process. An idea that came from boredom, 30 minutes of planning with Claude before touching any code, build one feature at a time, putting models when model is too weak to find a fix, designing with a reference system instead of guessing, and shipping when it is good enough, not perfect. The tools matter less than the process. I've used many different IDEs over 5 apps, and the ones that are the best were the one with a clear PRG and a design which was really thoughtful. I'm Lou, 5 apps down, 7 to go. App 6 start when I'm back from vacation. Follow, you don't want to miss what it is.